they're just so fucking cool. I don't know.
I do not go quietly into the night that calls me, even when I'm alone.
Hi, I'm Nick,
I'm Julia.
And I'm Jacob, and we're Sunflower Bean.
and this is our 5 essential tracks.
I remember the first time you showed me the Gorillaz, because I didn't really ever listen to them as a kid or anything, but we practice out in Long Island from the city. So me and Julia have like basically a commute every day where we're just in the car for like an hour. And I remember she put them on. I'm like, oh, like what is this? And she's like, oh, it's the Gorillaz. I'm like, oh, cool. It was like a band that I've heard about forever, but I never really listened to.
Let's talk about Melancholy Hill.
Oh, and Melancholy Hill, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. From their 2010 album, Plastic Beach. And Julia got me into this song recently. Like, really, really into it. It's just so...
I think because it's like an unassuming, literally melancholy jam, which was like kind of like this really mid-tempo, like it's like sad dancing. It doesn't make any sense. It's like I'm gonna cry on the dance floor.
Mellow banger.
Mellow banger.
If you can't get what you want, then come with me. Up on Melancholy Hill. The Manatee.
Our song "I Was a Fool" takes inspiration from that, so that's one of the reasons we thought it would be interesting to talk about that song, because I think, you know, on this record we've been getting like Fleetwood Mac over and over and over again, and it's like, you know, whatever people want to hear in that is cool, but I think we were really trying to take a lot more from bands like the Gorillaz, who, you know, do pop and did it a little closer in time to us than the 70s, and made it really special and interesting. So we love that song.
Yeah, so it's next essential track is This It by The Strokes. I think we kind of picked this one because it was another thing where me and Nick had never really been into The Strokes before, but Julia and our manager Krista were really into them, and kind of I think we all have like very fond memories of us kind of just starting as a band and really like bonding over the love of The Strokes, and just kind of like, I don't know, it really, you know, the memories of just listening to those songs, and that song Is This It in particular is just, you know, that it takes up a nice place in my heart and in my mind. They're just so fucking cool. I don't know.
The bass line is a really fun one as a bass player to play. Like in my mind, I can think about it right now, and I'm like, do 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 do.
Anything you ever wanted when they lied, I knew it was just stable children trying hard not to realize I was sitting right behind.
No, it's just a really perfect record, and when you're with people so much, like I'm with these two young fellas all the time, and so we kind of have like, we were talking about it the other day, it's almost like our own radio station in the car, and things get into heavy rotation and things get into lesser rotation, and it's all based on, you know, and someone will push for something and be like, I really think this is what we should all listen to, and then, you know, maybe people will support it. And Is This It, for a long time, as a record and as a song, was a very balancing and agreeable record that we could always all put on and feel really good about, and it kind of would lift everyone's mood and make everyone feel inspired.
The next track is Clampdown by The Clash. We all love The Clash. Kind of all hit us in a way that they do, you know? And I don't know, it's just such a good song. It's like just an anthem, kind of. Yeah, it's just an anthem. and it's just like the beat. It kind of starts out a little hectic, with like but then it just like opens up, and it's just like total, just like open, huge beat. It's great.
We were trained out blue-eyed men to be unbelievers. Church of 5 December, I say double and again. I'm not looking for the clampdown. No man born with a living soul can be looking for the clampdown.
Yeah, it has amazing lyrics.
Yeah, I think the lyrics are one of my favorite parts, and I think that this song is a song that really inspired or just gave us confidence to do something like our song Crisis Fest, which is definitely our most direct lyrics, I think, on the record in one direction. And yeah, you need music to give you confidence. Sometimes you need music to help you understand who you are. And I think one of the lines in Clampdown that is my favorite is, anger can be power, you know that you can use it. And that kind of really shaped how I felt about everything that was going on.
This next track is I Was a Fool by Sunflower Bean, which is us. And we're not egomaniacs and picked our own song, but you gave us the opportunity to put our own song. So I think, I think it was kind of a song that informed a lot of the record on how it was going to turn out. It was one of the first ones that got to a place that we were really excited about, and it was one of the first ones that we kind of wrote. It just kind of came out super organically through like a kind of like a jam out of like another song, and we were able to just really kind of sculpt it and craft it, and it's simple but hooky, and I think it felt like a big step for us when we're like, oh, we can make a song like this, we can do like a mellow banger, talking about before, like on Melancholy Hill, it's kind of like an impactful and fun song, but that still has that feeling.
From your mouth you are foaming. Don't wake me up in the morning. All I heard was silence. All I heard was silence.
Like Jake said, I Was a Fool it was definitely a turning point song, and we wrote it all. Sometimes we each bring in things and they kind of follow their own path, but that was one that we wrote completely, like all together in the same room at the same time, like all kind of looking at it while it's happening, and so it took a little bit of confidence and strength to follow through with it and be like, not wonder too much if people are going to like it, but just kind of have hope and faith. Trust ourselves that it was the right thing to do. 22 by Sunflower Bean. This is like almost the title track of the album. It's an interesting song. I remember I had just walked into my apartment one day, and I was like thinking about this word busted, which is kind of like New York slang. It's horrible. It's a horrible term for if that really kind of crappy guys like might say to a girl they don't think is pretty, like, oh, her face is busted. Like, it's this horrible, just ugly word. And I was like marveling in its ugliness, and I was like, wow. And I just sat down by the guitar and just started playing, and I was like, busted and used. And I think it's kind of about this idea of youth, and also particularly of female youth, in the way that there's this idea, I think, that you only have a moment to find love, to find success, or to be pretty. And and that's kind of what your worth is based around. One of those things that, like, that never makes sense. You're like, why is it that I have to, like, have my whole life figured out and decided by the time I'm 30? So I kind of wanted to make this song that was rejecting youth being your value, and that there's life beyond youth, and there's life even beyond your physical experience. Like when you close the door and the lights turn off, like there's a person inside of there, and that person has a lot of worth. Hey, we're Sunflower Bean. Thank you so much for watching our 5 essential tracks, and you can like, subscribe, comment, and also you can check out all of our tour dates at sunflowerbeanband.com.